Okay, we're on. Alright, so today my topic is Michael Jackson's death. And this took place about 2000 to 2009. That's my timeline I have. Alright, so today, how many of you have heard about Michael Jackson, how he died, and do you remember how the day you felt that day? I do. I personally do. I was pretty upset about it. And honestly, it was one of those things where you can't just like brush it off like it never happened. Because it did. It was a major death and it took a major turn in the country and everywhere around the world. Everyone who, somewhat liked him. And that's why I'm here today. I'm here to enlighten you and give you more detail and give you just an overall of how he died, who he was, what kind of family man was he and stuff like this. Alright. So, Michael Jackson, he was the youngest of all the Jacksons. He had two sisters or so, Latoya and Janet, and he had a few brothers, which made the Jackson 5. The Jackson 5, he was a part of that for many years, and then by the 1980s, he's like, I need my solo career. One of his biggest songs at the time, when his first solo career started, was probably Thriller. It was a pretty dramatic music video, if you'd ask me. And he married once, got divorced, and married again. It was Lisa Marie Presley, the first person he married, and with her he had Paris, Prince, and Blanket, all three kids from the first marriage, and then he married again, and the kids lived with him. That's not an easy thing for anyone. It's not. There's sometimes where you can just be like, oh, they died. Okay, that's cool. But then there's gonna be those deaths where like it hits you right in the feels, man. We've all had that, especially with everything going on right now. We joke about it, but until you know somebody with it, it just turns into something else. Anyway, so Michael Jackson was a big family man. He was all about the family. That's why he liked to make music with his family, spend time with his kids, and made a Neverland home. Like Peter Pan, like you just go there and just be like, everything outside the world is going chaotic, but right now, right here, we're able to have fun. So during Michael's final days, like when it was closer to the end of his life, he went on the This Is It tour. And I remember watching that. I didn't actually go to it. I remember watching it on a movie theater screen. And it was like, it described how his life was going. It was plummeting pretty fast. And it wasn't a pretty sight to see because, you just see Michael struggling towards the end of the film and everything. But his tour actually did take a major toll on his life. He had Michael Ortega as a choreographer. He also did like High School Musical and some other films. But it was very hard for Michael to be like, all right, Jackson's not acting right. Something's off with him. So what he did was he actually stopped the tour completely. Talked to his doctor, Conrad Murray, one of the bigger suspects in the case investigation when he did die. He was his doctor. He prescribed him Xanax and propofol and about like 30 or 40 pills or so. It's just a guess estimate. And based on my sources, nobody really should probably be prescribed like 30 or 40 pills. Like that's gonna lead you to overdose. That's what I get from like if I had my doctor be like, what? I had to take 30 or 40 pills? Like what? That's crazy. What planet are you living on? Like, I'm not gonna do that because I know I'm gonna die. So what he did there was for him. He did take care of Michael, but it did lead him to some serious injuries. He had some head burns, some back pain, and one time in Germany, the bridge underneath him collapsed. Was it somebody's doing? We don't know. Or was it just wear and tear? But yeah, so when Michael died, it was a big, big thing. Everyone was hit by it, and it was one of those deaths was like, damn, we lost another one. And it's hard because death is not easy at all. Especially like losing, like for me, losing a grandpa saying to get engaged, like, oh, like you can't like celebrate. You gotta be like, oh my god, like that just happened type thing. And it's very hard because you're like, I don't know what to do now. Well, that's a lot of time with that. So Michael was in his LA home, in his big house, found all drugged up. And that's where he was found dead, unfortunately. The last person to see him was Conrad Murray, which is a little odd because although he's a doctor, although he's Michael's doctor, it's just like, doesn't that leave you a little suspicious? Doesn't that leave you like, he was with him last. Maybe he did it. And that's why Conrad Murray did get sentenced to 4 years at least with attempted manslaughter. Because he was prescribing Michael way too many pills. Way too many. And unfortunately, Michael Ortega was never able to finish the tour with Michael Jackson, and it was just very unfortunate. You know, they were both really close. And I remember his funeral service was a pretty big deal. It was like, you can't, you have this wristband, you can't mess with it. If you mess with it, you can't get in. It was crazy. But that's not easy. It's really not easy for anyone. Alright, so today we talked about Michael Jackson's death, who he was, what kind of family man he was, family members, kids, wives, and his stage life. We talked about Michael Ortega, Conrad Murray, and even to this day, it doesn't feel like his life's complete. Although we can say, oh yeah, he's living a better life, he's not in pain anymore, but we still feel it. Here's music, and we hear the pain that he had to go through every day. That's just something we had to think about every day, which kind of sucks, honestly. But it's life. Thank you for watching.